Man, there's so much stuff living in these aquariums. This one, there's one shrimp there. You cannot see this with the camera. There's one in the back right there. You can't see it with the camera. Right there is a little bitty snail. But you see some of the stuff floating around in there. Most of that's oxygen bubbles, but there's one right there, and it's like a piece of a little worm. And right here, that's actually a little bug that's crawling. I know it looks like a bubble, but it's a bug crawling around in there. Same thing over here. There's like little worms that are floating around in this tank. There's little snails, and there's a big worm. Oh, yeah, you can see it. Check it out. Even though it's blurry, that's what I'm talking about. Those worms are everywhere. And on top of that, look at that. Can anybody identify that? It's man, from here it almost looks like the way that frog eggs are in that jelly stuff, and that's what it looks like, except they're white. Right there is a little worm. That's a little worm. There's just all kinds of stuff that is living in this. Check out that Anacarus. Things grew, and look at those roots, how long those roots are. Move up here, and this has something really weird. Those things are on the side, and it looks like they got hairs growing off of them. There's so much stuff that is alive in these tanks. It's crazy. That piece of wood was covered in some type of slimy substance about 1/4 of an inch deep, and these shrimp have it so clean you can see every wood grain in these things. All of these tanks just have so much stuff. This is my potatoes. That is the potato eyes that I pulled off of those potatoes in the windowsill. That actual stalk right there, the stalk, that just grew overnight, because yesterday it wasn't like that. But there's roots everywhere. I know you probably can't see down in there, but there's roots everywhere coming out. Oh, there they are. Check it out. Roots coming out, green stuff, purple stuff. Gonna have some potatoes growing out of here. Alright, if anybody can help me on this snail, the thing has been laying on its back for probably 4 days or 5 in the same exact place. I think it's dead, but then it's got a little bit coming out of it there. And then it'll close up and it'll open up. I might have already showed you this plant here. That one that's got a dead spot right there. I found that in a little lake down the road. This duckweed, there wasn't any in here, and now that none or a couple of pieces is turned into this. And here's the new jungle grass. I can't remember what it's called now, but it's new. I just planted it the other day, and all I got sand substrate here, but I put the mineral tabs for growing stuff in the sand back there. These new shrimp that they sent me are doing pretty good. I think I've had 2 or 3 die. Just found one dead here a few minutes ago. Some of these are splotchy, but some of them are pretty good. I can see the tail of that pleco. I got my reflection in it, but that's his tail right there, hanging down. So he's on the other side, sucking on that log. Those are seeds, they're grass seeds. I'm gonna grow grass on top of this piece of wood. Those are all doing good. These are doing good. What is that? I didn't even know that duckweed was in there. Wow. Duckweed coming up. I want you to look at the root on this one. That's right there. Look how long it is. It goes all the way down this tank. You know what? I just thought of it, but that would be considered the taproot. This one is doing really good. It's growing long already. That's about a foot long. Oh, look, that one's got a huge taproot too coming down. There's the end of it right there. Can't remember how many inches these aquariums are. That hornwort there is growing really long. I wanted it to look more like a short stubby pine tree, but they're getting big. That's what that is right there, is hornwort. And right there's the pathos or pothos or ivy, whatever you want to call it, that I'm trying to grow underwater. All it is one of them. I got that elephant plant back there, bringing it back to life. I'd like to cut a piece off it and see if it'll grow straight out of water. It would. I think it's a I can't remember, one of the ones, what do you call a cactus that you don't have to water very much? Anyway, I think it's one of those. That little bitty thing right there, I had a woman, the mother of a hospice patient, gave me that thing, and she gave me that thing probably a month ago, and I don't think it's grown a lick. So if you want a slow grower, I don't know what that is, but it grows slow. Alright, that's the aquarium update. Nothing's really changed with the shrimpies. I know you can't see them. They're yellow stripes on their back. They're hard to see. There's one swimming right there. Oh, I do have something to show you with the glass that's going to go in here. In fact, I could put the glass in today. Alright, there it is. Check it out. See the before and after. Hey, little shrimpy. So what I've done is I broke a bottle and I ran it through my rock smoother. And rock smoother, that just don't sound right. My tumbler, rock polisher. I ran it through it for a week, and I should have left some of it out to show you. But you can see how this one here is clear and that is frosted. It's beach washed glass, something like that. That's what they call it. I think if you found an old piece of glass on the beach, that it would be frosted like that, even though at one time it was clear. So I busted that, and then I laid it down in there to make it look like, you know, it's been sand washed or sand frosted. And that's the deal with all of these tanks. I try to give, even this one with the wood sticking up, I want it to have a look like it's underneath the river. Except for that one, of course, because Mando wouldn't be under the river. But that's the look that I was trying to go for with the wood, the leaves, all of the... See, that's a little cedar tree right there beside him. With all of these things, I'm trying to just give it an actual underwater look rather than a fish tank that I mean, it's got blue rocks in it. I mean, you just don't see stuff like that. So I was trying to make this look more natural, and even with the bottle that's broken there, I thought it would look cool. So wanted to share that with you. Thanks for the reminder. God bless.